There is a house in New Orleans they call the Rising Sun, and it's been the ruin of many poor boys. Lord, I know I'm one. I know I'm one. Well, my mother was a tailor. She sewed my new blue jeans. My father was a gambling man down in New Orleans, in New Orleans. Now the only thing a gambler needs is a suitcase and a trunk. And the only time he's satisfied is when he's on a drunk. I fucked that one up. Try it again. Well, the only time, the only thing a gambler needs is a suitcase and a trunk. And the only time he's satisfied is when he's on a drunk. He's on a drunk. He's on a drunk. Now, mothers, tell your children not to do what I have done. I'm going back to New Orleans to join the rising sun, the rising sun, the rising sun. There is a house in New Orleans they call the rising sun, and it's been the ruin of many poor boys. Lord, I know I'm one. I know I'm one. I know I'm one. I know I'm one. Hey, Evelyn Diaz. Evelyn Diaz, thanks for stopping by. Kind of cold out here. Well, I know you right are gonna miss me when I'm gone. I know you right are gonna miss me when I'm gone. You're gonna miss, you're gonna miss your baby from rolling in your arms. I lay down last night, Lord, I could not take my rest. I lay down last night, Lord, I could not take my rest. My mind was wandering like the wild geese in the west. Not a tune. Jeez. Where the sun will shine through my back door someday. Where the sun will shine through my back door someday. Hey, March wind will blow all my troubles away. Well, I wish I was a headlight on a northbound train. Well, I wish I was a headlight on a northbound train. I'd shine my light through the cool Colorado rain. Well, I know you right are gonna miss me when I'm gone. I know you right are gonna miss me when I'm gone. Gonna miss your baby from rolling in your arms. Oh, shit. Shit. I lost my flow there. I was on my way to seize the day, and then it passed me by. Then another came, that's right, much the same. Let it go, didn't even try. Now I'm far away and here to stay. It's all been done and tried. Nothing more to say, just fade away. I'll see you on the flip side. Been to this feeling again. Freedom in a moment to do anything. Watch where you stand there, my friend. Oh, where you've been, you won't be back again. So I made my way, pursuing play. Why is my phone dying? Maybe she unplugged the fucking phone. Hold on, I'll be right back. Derp on the water. Derp on the water. How does it go? I never learned how to play Smoke on the Water. I'm totally not an average guy. Average guys know how to play Smoke on the Water on the guitar. I don't know how to do it. Because I just don't care. I can play Hairway to Steven. There's a lady who's sure all that glitters is gold. She's buying her hairway to Steven. What's a hairway to Steven, you might ask? When she gets there, she knows that the hairway is closed. With a word she can get Steven. Oh, and she's buying her hairway to Steven. That's about as far as that joke goes. It really doesn't make much sense. It's just kind of like funny. Spoonerism. Spoonerism is when you switch the first letter of the words you're saying. Like you say, oh, I humped my bed. I bumped my head. It's like some bass backwards shit, man. You gotta be bass backwards to even understand what the fuck's going on in the world these days. If you don't have a reverse psychologist mindset, you're not gonna understand what the fuck's really going on. You're just gonna think, well, everything's crazy and doesn't make any sense. Let me tell you, when a story doesn't make any sense, it's because it's a lie. And so that's all you need to know. It's critical thinking 101. When a story doesn't make sense, it's because it's a lie. Well, there might be some truth in the story, sure. Most good lies have truth. But the way it's being told is a lie, and it's a manipulation at best. Sometimes you'll get the truth, but it's manipulation. You know. Well, the climate's changing. Well, yeah, it's called seasons. We're ruining the environment. Well, yeah, why don't you stop spraying a bunch of shit in the sky? These problems can be solved really easily. Those are just contrails. I know what contrails are. I'm talking about the trails that don't disappear. They kind of spread out and they just sit there all day. Those kind of contrails suck. I don't like those ones because they just cover the sky and it's a big ugly mess. It's pretty hard to miss. But I guess if you're just convinced of the mainstream narrative of contrails, but now there's like a mainstream counter narrative, which is like, oh, we're spraying the sky. It's called, oh, we're thinking about spraying the sky because we could deflect the sun's energy back into space. You don't even know what the fuck you're talking about, dude. What they're doing, I think geoengineering is a red herring altogether. It should be called geo red herring because they're not really trying to. Well, I guess you could call it that, but it's more like terraforming would be a better word for it, I think. Because you see, when you want to create a world of robots and it's an artificial grid that you want to function this whole thing on, the world of robots, you no longer are concerned with life. Life doesn't matter to you. Carbon dioxide, carbon is the enemy now. Carbon-based life is what we are. Carbon-based life is that's the planet Earth. The planet, the smaller plane, a planet. Nowhere in the word planet should there be any implication of a ball. We're talking about a plane or a smaller plane, which would be a planet. There's no, there's no indication of a ball in the word planet. It's just what you've been programmed to think. When our objective reality is clearly that of a plane Earth, a planar Earth, which is like we don't experience curvature or see curvature, which is what a ball Earth would have to have. Granted, yeah, if it was a ball so big and we're so small, it might look flat. But the thing is, then you'd have to explain why people aren't falling off the side of it and just, why there's upside down people and all that kind of stuff. That's when it starts getting really silly. Oh, well, there's this force called gravity that's keeping everything all glued and oriented on it just correctly, and the oceans bend around it, and nobody notices. Nobody has to worry about it when they're flying their plane or landing their plane. It's spinning, by the way, and orbiting and moving everywhere. But it's like you don't have to worry about any of that shit. So it's just otherwise, the objective reality, that of a stationary plane. And this force of gravity that they mention, it's a fictitious force. They make sure to let that part be understood. It's a fictitious force. Oh, well, there's all kinds of fictitious forces. Blah, 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 blah. One that holds people to the outside of a ball without feeling upside down. Well, sure, it's this. Yeah, prove it. Hasn't been done. Hasn't been done. We've been to space. Space is fake. Well, space is real, but I mean, it's just up there. It's not under your feet. You can't prove it's under your feet by using equations and sky observations. No, that's just conjecture, man. It's like maybe, but probably not. I'd have to say an emphasis on not. Because if you can't measure it, well, then you kind of have to just sort of, it remains a theory, or just an idea or something, a possibility, like, or a guess, or I don't know. If you can't measure it, with any degree of like, with any meaningful, like, if it's all calculations, basically, then it's not measured. It's, there's a difference. And it's just something that gets, overlooked, but really, if you're just using equations to prove the sky goes underneath me, then you haven't really proved it goes underneath me. You're just, you know, making up ideas based on what your calculations are, based on what you see in the sky. The sky, which you must have a complete understanding of how it operates in order to make those kind of assertions. Because if you didn't, well then that's a fallacy because you're neglecting to acknowledge the fact that you don't really know what the sky is. It's not the same thing as the ground. It's not like we can just say everything that's happening down here on the ground, the sky is subject to the same laws of whatever. Yeah, but I mean, there's probably different laws up there that aren't. I mean, because it's a different environment. It's like there's temperatures and pressure differential up there that's just so much different than what it doesn't sustain life. So it's a different situation up there. One that we haven't been able to study to the degree that like where we'd understand it. Like we the way we'd like to think we do. I mean, we can make theories all day long, but we're not up there busy like taking samples and doing measurements and no, they say they are, but if you look at the footage of the stuff they provide you for all that stuff, all that space, the ISS, dude, the ISS bloopers are the biggest embarrassment of mankind. It's not the best achievement, it's the biggest embarrassment, dude. It's all backwards, I'm telling you. Like, everything's backwards. You need to be a reverse psychologist to really understand what's going on here. Now, don't get me wrong, the globe model of Earth is fucking amazing. I mean, the way the, the compiled observations of the sky over the course of mankind, I mean, it's fucking incredible. And with the analemma and the ephemeral, the path of the sun and the moon throughout the sky, it makes it like a sideways figure eight, and it's all location dependent. Like you'll see a different version of it wherever you are. Because it's like you're on a different part of the ball, right? And with the sunspots on the sun, we see sunspots, and they look like they're traveling around the sun, or we're traveling around the sun, which would align with the ephemeral and the analemma. It's all painting this picture. It's like the sky is almost telling us, with the circumpolar sky, bipolar sky. It's telling us something about a spherical shape. It really is. It's implicating a sphere versus just circles. But the thing is, I don't care what the sky is really implicating. If you can't measure it down here on the ground, then it's really irrelevant. We're talking about the Earth, the sky. Basically, if we just have to be objective about it, if everything they say about the sky is true, then we're living on a planar Earth with a dual polar sky. There's two 24-hour suns and a straight line at the equator. That's the part that's most difficult to understand if you're trying to say it's planar, but you still have to say it's planar because that's what it measures and that's what we experience and that's what it is. If it's an illusion, well, that's not science. I don't know, man. We're talking about measurements here. That's like empirical scientific data. Not theories. But yeah, I mean, it's like it's so big of a place. It's hard to really for any one person to like have said, well, this is what it's like everywhere on Earth, and it all matches this model, and so it must be a globe. Even if it matches the model, there's still some things you have to. Well, there's some things that you haven't. Like there's no way you can debunk certain things that we've been able to do down here on the ground with the model. It's like the alleged curvature. Like we can shine a laser for like 40 miles and it's still at the same elevation as it was when it first left the laser. It's like, so that means for 40 miles it's parallel with the Earth. That means that there's no curvature on the Earth. Now they want to say, well, the light's bending. Well, it doesn't look like it's bending. And that's just like the light will bend, but that has to do with the temperature. Like that has to do with conditions that aren't that aren't present. I mean, for a light to bend, I mean, there has to be some serious environmental, like there has to be some serious conditions, and it wouldn't be. So the thing is, you can see it. It's flat. The laser is parallel with the Earth for 40 miles. There's all kinds of observations like this where it's just like, well, there's no curvature there. You can go out any day of the week and go prove that to yourself, but people just don't do it. The sun's setting below the horizon. No, it isn't. Go get a telescope. So, you just start to realize a lot of the stuff that you thought you could do from the ground to prove that we're on a globe isn't really sufficient. Oh, it's over the horizon. No, because they disappear and then you can zoom back in on them. So, I mean, our technology we have today is a little better than it was before, so that we can easily debunk these silly claims. And do you really think you're on a spinning ball? I mean, that's what it boils down to, really. It's just like, what is your intuitive, how indoctrinated are you, basically? I mean, there's two different camps you can fall into here. I mean, obviously we understand that there's a model that's been described to us as being the absolute truth. Yet they're faking this space shit. I mean, that's objective. I mean, if you have to be willing to at least humor that idea. It's like the fake space, the moon landing and the fucking ISS and all that shit. It's fake, dude. Whatever they have flying around up in the sky, that's not proof that the Earth is a globe. It's just proof that stuff's flying around in the sky. You have to be objective about this. I know the model is really profoundly brilliant the way it's been put together, and it does seem to imply a spherical Earth, but the Earth doesn't imply that at all. And besides, there's no downward force. There's no such thing as gravity. There's no downward acceleration. It cannot be measured. It's only observed. So there's some real major glaring blemishes in the whole globe Earth idea. It was fun while it lasted, basically. No one's going to space. Why would you want to go somewhere where there's no air to breathe anyways? Why is that even a thing? The fuck? It's not a thing. That's the thing. It's not even a thing. It turns out rocket science isn't even rocket science. It's just a big show. A made-for-TV entertainment sort of thing. It's like this is not meant for education purposes. A little sticker at the bottom of every globe that you go buy at the store. This is not meant for educational purposes. Well, it's a globe Earth. What do you mean? That's what they teach us in school. Well, this isn't meant for that. Well, what the fuck is it meant for then? Decoration? That's funny. I was led to believe something entirely different. What's that sticker there for? What, are they worried that you're going to come back and sue them later when you realize that it's bullshit? It's funny they don't worry about that anywhere else. Funny they would worry about that right there. It's when it comes down to brass tacks. It's like, okay, when it's like business or people's lives are at stake, we got to like just get real. It's like, this craft was designed for use over a flat and stationary, non-rotating Earth. Wait a minute. That's what it says on the NASA document. Well, that's just them simplifying all the math. That's what they say. Well, okay, so when the math is simplified, the Earth is flat and non-rotating. I mean, that's what you do with math problems. You simplify them. So if all the crazy globe math simplified equals flat non-rotating, well then, there you have it. That's the answer. But the thing is, they'll say, well, but the thing is, it's not even true. There's other things that are not true on their aviation design models, and so you just have to throw it all out because it's all false. That's a weird thing to say. Yeah, because the weight differential in the plane is blah, 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 it's all not true. And it's like, no, it's just that's what the plane is designed to do, fly over a flat, non-rotating Earth. You don't have to factor in curvature or motion while you're flying a plane, or when you're landing a plane, or ever. You don't ever have to factor that in because it's not there. That's what the math simplified tells you. It's not there. Don't worry about it. Earth is as it appears. It is what it does and not what it cannot do. It is what it does and ain't what it cannot do. It's been a long, hard, bumpy ride from here clear to the other side. But it's gonna be smooth sailing from now on. Once you finally realize you're not and you never were, and living on the outside of a bar. It's been a long, hard, bumpy ride from here to the other side, but it's gonna be smooth sailing from now on. Sorry, I'm just making up a dumb song. Oh, I do have a cigarette left out here. That's fantastic. That's just superb. Superb. What's up, Shadow Band? Right-minded Phil. And at I can't pronounce your name. Sorry, buddy. Jared Leto. I've heard that name before. Like a politician or something. Who's Jared Leto? Speed warping on the water rock, right? That's the thing. You know what I was thinking about recently? It's like, when they say they broke the sound barrier. Like, what exactly is a sound barrier? I never really thought about what a sound barrier is. Firmament? What is a sound barrier? What's the barrier of sound? Well, obviously they're not breaking the firmament when they make loud noises. There's like a decibel or something that where it's just like all of a sudden the sound breaks. It makes a loud noise. It's weird. Is there like a light barrier you can break too if a light is too bright? Like, is a sound barrier, is it like something that it's like the equivalent of something, like if there's something else you can compare it to, like it's another barrier on another sort of thing, where like it's all frequency, I guess, but it's like, what's up with the sound barrier? What I want to know more about that. I haven't really ever thought about that, what the sound barrier actually is. If it's a real barrier or what the hell, why do they call it that? It'd be a good name for a band. Sound barrier. Just spell it like barrier, like like we're burying it because it's dead. Bury it in the ground, and it's sound barrier. I bury sounds. That's my name. That's my name. My name is Barry Sounds. I'm Barry Sounds from this band Sound Barrier. We bury sounds underground. It's deep bass. You can feel it in your feet. It makes you tap your feet and want to dance. Move your feet because you got that sound barrier. Broke that sound barrier under your feet. Gotta get up and dance. Gotta get up and dance. It won't ruin you. Come on, everybody, now get up and dance. It won't ruin you. Creepy alligator in the noonday sun. Lie by the river just like he usually done. Call for his whiskey night. Call for his tea, yeah. Call all they wanna, but now it can't call me. Oh, no. Well, I've been there before, and I ain't coming back around. Yeah, no more, no, no. Creepy alligator running all around the bend. Talking about that time when we was mutual friends. I check my memory and I check it quickly, yes I will. I check it running some kind of trip. Oh no, I've been there before, and I ain't coming back around here no more. No, no. Creepy alligator. Creepy alligator. Creepy, creepy alligator. Something like that. Riding down the river in an old canoe. Riding down the river in an old canoe. A bunch of bugs in one tennis shoe. Out of the river, all ugly and green. That biggest old alligator that I've ever seen. It's big and pointy, and his eyes are bugging out. Contact the union, but the beggars too round. Just out of prison on $6 bail. Mumbling bitches and wagging his tail. Creepy alligator. A creepy alligator. I used to do that like a different style, like it was faster. It's like, how did I used to do that? I forget. I used to play that song with my friend, and he had a banjo. We played like a fast bluegrass version of it. It was really cool. I gotta find a recording of that because I really like that. Oh, well, I've been there before, and I ain't coming back around here no more. Come on, everybody, get up and dance. It won't ruin you. Speed warping, hanging 10 on space and time. Better than a drive-in movie. It's like what is the name of that song? It's there's a song by Bob Weir. It's like Picasso Moon. That song is so dumb. Picasso Moon, shining bright. It's better than a drive-in movie. Ooh-wee. So cheesy. What the fuck? Bob Weir wrote a lot of cheesy songs, but it was acceptable because it was the Grateful Dead, though. You know, I mean, if he was just a band by himself trying to do those songs, it wouldn't have gotten anywhere. But the Grateful Dead had a certain thing to them. They could play stuff that was just like that would otherwise be totally lame, but they just would make it fun. Bob Weir is like one of the songwriters. Jerry Garcia was the guy that wrote most of the good songs. I mean, he wrote all the good songs. I mean, every song he wrote is good, in my opinion. In my humble Grateful Dead head opinion. He wrote a lot of good songs, that Jerry. All my friends came to see me last night. All of my friends came to see me last night. I was laying in my bed, dying. Oh, I'm way out of tune. Anybody know from St. Ange says the weather down here is so fine, so fine, so fine. Just then the wind came squalling through the door. Just then the wind I just wanna have a little peace to die, and a friend or two I love at hand. My fever roll up, my fever roll up to 105. Roll on up, ain't gonna roll back down. One more day, I find myself alive. Tomorrow may be gone beneath the ground. Poor me, poor me, poor me. You see here how everything leads up to this day. And it's just like any other day that's ever been before. As the sun going up, and the sun is going down. The people might know, but the people just don't care. The people might know, but the people just don't care. Oh, they just don't care. All right, that's about enough of that shit. Poor me, poor me, poor me. Hey, thank you. From the Philippines, huh? Wow, you're all the way over there across the pond. What's it like over there? Is it all right? Is it like good weather? I gotta run to the house. I'll bring you with me since you're there right now. Since somebody's there. I'm out here in California, USA, where it's not nearly as bad as people say. That's just a well-kept secret, apparently. Everyone's all like, California, oh God. It's awesome here. Hey, baby, I love you too. Oh, what you making? Soup! Love you. Thanks for making soup. I love you too. It's gonna be good. Soup is good. I'm talking to someone who's in the Philippines. It's good weather there. Nice. That's in the southern region of Earth. Isn't that the southern? So do you see the, let me ask you this. When you see the moon, is the belly button on top? You know the belly button? You know what I'm talking about? Because I'm told the moon is upside down out in the south. So it's like, I wonder, is it, because when I see the moon, the belly button's always on the bottom when I see it. You know what I'm talking about, the belly button? It's like that one. The place where it broke off its umbilical cord, you know? But that would mean the belly button would have to be at the top if it's like the upside down in the south. So I just want to talk to somebody who's down there who says, yeah, the belly button's on the top. If you don't know what the belly button is, well, you just have to go look at it and you'll see it really quick. You just have to know what you're looking for. It's a belly button. Yes, it is. Oh, cool. Wow, that clarifies that. That's cool. Trippy, because I've always seen the belly button on the bottom. It's just so weird. That must be weird. Going somewhere and having it be the complete opposite. How neat. Oh boy. You know how the sun makes the analemma through the sky? Like if you go out and you take note of where the sun's at every day of the year, at the same time every day, it forms like a figure 8, you know, it's on its side. It's all location dependent, but it's always going to be some version of the analemma. You know, where the bigger loop is usually based on what hemisphere you're in. Like if you're in the south looking at the analemma, the bigger loop's going to be in the north. But if you're in the north looking at the analemma, the bigger loop's going to be in the south. It's trippy, but what I learned not that long ago is that the moon makes the same shape. It's called the ephemeral, but it's the same figure 8. You know, it's the only place on Earth that you'll see the infinity symbol where it's equal on both sides. The figure 8 has a bigger loop, you know, but the infinity sign is equal on both sides. The only place you'll see that is, guess, at the equator. That's more resembling an infinity symbol. So it's like, because that would make sense too, because you're at the halfway point there. Pretty incredible place we live here. It's clearly been designed. I mean, it's really silly to try to make the argument that this place came together just by chance. You know, we just all managed to evolve out of lifeless space debris. Just a matter of chance. You know, lifeless space debris. Next thing you know, here you go. Yeah, I think I need a better story. That one doesn't really check out. I mean, I know the whole God creation story is kind of a tough one for people that are like scientists, but get real though. I mean, it's like even the Big Bang, you trace it all the way back. That you still need a miracle in order for the material that was Big Banging in the first place to be there. So you can't really just say it just came to be. Like you have to have a miracle in order for your whole thing to even begin. So. And the thing is, you don't get a miracle if you don't have a God or creator or whatever you want to call it. There's no miracles for you. There'll be no miracles at all, ever, because you don't believe in that kind of thing. So you can't be asking for a miracle for your fucking godless model to work. I mean, am I being unfair? That's true. Or are you talking about what I was saying about the ephemeral or the analemma and all that stuff? It's so cool. I mean, the globe model is fucking incredible. Like, I gotta say, it's really an amazing piece of work. Like, what I think is really incredible is the sunspots observations. Because it's like, either the sunspots, we see them, and they're, if you keep track of them throughout the days, you know, you'll see that they move across, they go around the spherical sun. You can see them coming all the way around, they come back around. either the sunspots are in motion around the sun, or we're in motion around the sun. That's what, or the sky is just a fancy light show. I mean, we don't really, that's what I like to say it is, because I believe the Earth is planar. Like, I believe the Earth is how it presents itself. I'm not trying to say it's something that I can't see. I mean, I mean, the sky, the globe model of the sky is brilliant, and I got to give it that. But, like, all the same, it could just be a fancy light show. So, I mean, I'm just trying to keep it real. Because when I see, the government agencies of the world going to space and showing their space stations and their moon landings, I mean, it's so fake. I mean, it just, I'm sorry, I can't be made to believe it. After I've seen enough fucking clear evidence of fraud, I'm just like, well, somebody's lying. It doesn't even really make any sense, really. I mean, I don't know. It's the thing. When a story doesn't make sense, it's because it's a lie, You know what I'm saying? Do I have a band? Oh, yeah. I don't have a band, but I've played in bands over the years, yeah. But I'm not. I'd like to have a band. I wish I had a band. Just a drummer and a bass player, that'd be all I need. I've been teaching myself how to play trumpet, too. It's difficult. But I'm getting it, though. I think I'm probably at the point where I could jam with people now. I mean, I'd probably play some wrong notes here and there, but I'm getting pretty good at it. I was really stubborn about learning it, though. I didn't want to take any lessons or watch anybody play it or anything. I was super strict. I just didn't want to hear it. I wanted to figure it out all myself. And I think I've done that. I mean, there's a certain technique. I mean, technique is something that I'm still going to have to learn more about. But the formula for playing, the theory behind how the instrument works, I mean, I pretty much get it. And it's about how hard you're blowing and the combination of notes you're playing or not playing. There's like 3 buttons, but you can get any note with the combination of how hard you're blowing and the 3 buttons. You can play any note in the Western music theory or whatever. Technically, there's within an octave, which is like when you come back to the same note, but it's a higher register or lower register. It's the same note. There's like an octave. Within an octave, there's an infinite array of sound. It's hard to really wrap your mind around, but when you think about it, like if there's like a point A and a point B, and you travel halfway to point B, and now you're going to travel halfway again, and then halfway again, you'll never get there. You can cut something in half forever. I mean, it gets to a point where it's beyond your scope, and you can no longer do it, like with your physical limitations, but it's interesting. It's like right when a person's scope falls off, like right when you can't see any further or any closer, that one threshold right there, right when it falls off and you can't, average person can't see any further. That threshold right there is a sweet spot right there where a bunch of fairy tales take place and all these viruses and and like planets and galaxies, and it's all this shit that we just can't see, but it's there. You know what I mean? Oh, we can see it. Yeah, sure. What kind of stuff are you into, man? Do you play music or? It's weird. I don't even really listen to much music, but I play music all the time. It's just like sometimes I think of it as just like a habit that I have. I have a habit of playing music. I don't know if it's a good thing or it's just that I have a habit of doing it. I'm a habitual musician. It's habit forming once you start doing it for a while. It'd be funny to treat it like it's a problem. Being a musician's like habit forming. I would never try to get somebody into it, because I mean, you might get addicted and then your whole life changes. People are just like, oh, he's fucking music. He's a musician. What a loser. You like music? We are music, It's like, people are like, I don't have good rhythm. Sure you do. That's why you're alive. You just have to start telling yourself you have good rhythm. That's the first step. And then it'll just come together. Look at me. I learned how to play trumpet without any coaching whatsoever. I'll show you. I'll prove it. The clock's still clocking. my show over. Oh, yeah, no, it's on. Okay, cool. Just gonna grab my trumpet. I'll be right back. Less than half a minute. Oh, well, I can't. Oh, that's right over here. I was sitting right next to it the whole dang time. Well, I'm gonna go get my trumpet. It's sitting right there. That's too cold. Sorry, it was kind of loud. I'm trying to write a song, but that sounded like shit. But it goes, do, boo, 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 boo. I can play it on the guitar. This close to the real thing is never enough. It's close to the real thing, but it's still just a bluff. I don't know how I ever fell for that stuff. Now for me, I need to see something with real substance I can sink my teeth into and chew. And you should know that in this world nothing is for free. And when it is, it's you that's for sale. Don't fail to see the irony. Baby, when it's this close to the real thing, it will never surpass the real thing. Baby, do you know where that real thing is at? Do you know where that real thing, where's that real thing at? is all we're gonna get. It's close to the real thing, but it's still just a crock of shit. I know they steal the real and give us back this fake and tell us this is all it will take. When in fact it's never enough. I'll call their bluff, 'cause I know that this won't do, and it's not true. It's close, but it'll never surpass the real thing, baby. And do you know where that real thing is at? Do you know where the real thing? Where's that confounded real thing at? Do you know? You're looking at it, baby. You're looking at the real thing, man. I ain't no fake. For my fucking lighter, but dang it. I am the loser of lighters. Oh, wait, no. I'll check every pocket, and it's not there, and then all of a sudden it's there. It's like my lighter gets mandala affected back into reality. Back into the timeline. Gotta get back on my timeline. The thing is, with the mandala effect, it's not just an internet it's not like an internet fluke phenomena or whatever you want to call it, like where people all started thinking they were remembering things differently because they're all like feeding off each other's shitty memories or something. It's not what it is, dude, and I can prove it by my own experience. Because when I was younger, it seems like such a long time ago now. It was like back when I first started using like phone, like a cell phone, where I was like predict word text or whatever, like I think it was like T9, whatever it was called. It was like where it would change the word you're writing, or it would give you words to choose from. I was texting somebody, and it would, and I was trying to say I was in a dilemma, or I was trying to text somebody for help or something, but I spelled the word dilemma with an N, D Dilemna, and it corrected me and spelled it dilemma with two M's, how it sounds, you know. And I'm like, why did I think it had an N in it, you know? And I was scratching my head, going, doesn't that? I thought I remembered like learning how to spell it because it had a silent N. So I was like, I used to always say dilemna, and I would pronounce it wrong, so I could remember how to spell it because it has a silent N. That's like what my training in my mind. I was thinking, wait a minute, what the fuck? And I was sitting there scratching my head for a while, going, this is weird. And I'm like, I must have got it confused with some other word that's similar, but I couldn't think of what that word was. So I just kind of had to like say, well, I guess I'm just brain farting in a major way right now because I swear I remembered to spell a word like that. It's not spelled that way. So what the fuck am I remembering? And I just couldn't figure it out. And I had this cognitive dissonance that was kind of bugging me. But naturally, I just had to go on with my day, and it wasn't that big of a dilemma. And so, you know, I just kind of forgot about it. But, you know, it did set off a little, you know, flag in my mind, like, what the fuck? What the hell's going on here? But there's nothing you can do about it. I mean, naturally, you just go, well, what am I going to do about it? I guess I remembered how to spell it wrong, but why did I have all that memories of like mispronouncing it so I could spell it right? And I used to be really good. I went to the spelling bee when I was a kid. I was like a top speller. You know, I know how to spell. I can sound things out pretty well. I know there's not an N in the like the word dilemma doesn't have an N sound in it. I wouldn't just put it there for the hell of it because I'm a shitty speller. No, I would train myself to spell it that way. So that's why I was kind of having this cognitive dissonance around the whole thing, but I just had to let it go because what are you going to do, right? So I forgot about it, you know, and like many, many years passed. Like it was a distant memory by the time I finally stumbled into the mandala effect online. I didn't really get online. I was really stubborn about it. I didn't get online until I started hearing about people talking about flat Earth. And that's what caught my interest. I'm like, what the fuck? And so I started watching YouTube videos, and that was like around 2017 or 16 maybe. It's a long time ago now, but like I stumbled into the mandala effect shortly afterwards, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? People having memories, you know, and it still hadn't clicked in my head yet, you know. But I was just like, well, this is interesting, and some of them were kind of getting me, you know. There was like a couple of them was like the VW sign, how it's like they're not connected, which I could have sworn it was always connected, you know. But I'm like, wait, I thought that was the new version of it. It's always been like that. No, wait, what? So I got kind of drawn into it, you know. I was like, that's trippy, you know. And then it wasn't long until somebody mentioned the word dilemma, and it turns out that's a major mandala effect. Like a lot of people around the world remember spelling it with an N. I wasn't the only one. So that whole thing clicked in my head. I'm like, whoa. So then I had some kind of, it wasn't closure necessarily, but it was like, I wasn't tripping. And I, you know, like, I'm not the only one who was tripping or like whatever, you know, because I had to put it down. I thought it was my own personal brain fart, but it turns out it was like millions of people that actually remember it the same way as I do. And so it's this weird head fuck. You know, not much you can do about it, like I said, but it's still a weird head fuck. Like what? Why did we all remember how to spell it wrong? It's not like the letter. It's not like the word has an N sound in it, so it's not like something you'd want to add just because you're a dumb person. You know what I mean? It's like you wouldn't sound it out that way. So why in the fuck do so many people remember it having an N in it? You know, like I thought it was, I was confusing it with a different word or something. Maybe that's what it was, but I never figured out what that word is. And apparently, there's tons of other people that had the same experience. So that's bizarre. So that's my experience with Mandala effect. I can't say, people will be like, "Oh, it's a psyop," or "It's just a bunch of stupid people." I'm like, "Well, that's whatever." But my experience it wasn't that. I just said what my experience was. That doesn't, you know, a psyop. It couldn't possibly be a psyop, and it couldn't be a bunch of stupid people either. So neither one of those explanations matches my experience. It's just a weird fluke that, like, I'm mystified by it. It's baffling. This doctor is baffled. This doctor here is baffled. I'm one baffled motherfucker. And apparently nobody gives a fuck. I'm out of here. Late.